please raise your hand so I can see you guys. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Southern Comfort Tour. Our driver's name is Lucius. My name is Andreas, and we'll be with you for this Southern Comfort Tour. A little bit about safety now as we're moving along. Please do not stand up while the train is on the move. Always be seated. Also have your hands and feet inside the train. Make sure the children are in the middle of the seats, and also please make sure the doors are always closed and locked. We're going to be heading through some very narrow roads, so we must be very careful of branches and also cars as we move along through the narrow roads. And there's no smoking on the train. Once we get off the train, then we can have our cigarette. Make sure the cigarette is completely out. We do not want to start any fires. And we thank you very much for understanding and following the rules, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now about the tour, what to expect on the Southern Comfort Tour. We have 3 different stops that we're going to be making. Our first stop, this is at the Hill 107, which is located here in this historical village, Maleme. This is where part of the Battle of Crete took place in the Second World War. It was a fierce battle. We had the British forces, Australian, New Zealand forces alongside with the Greek forces fighting fiercely against the German soldiers in the Second World War for this battle. Okay, and this battle was named Operation Mercury. And just now we're on our way to see a German war cemetery from this Second World War battle at this Hill 107. There at the cemetery, they have 4,460 German troops buried at this cemetery. There's also a history room for you guys to visit. Behind the history room we have proper toilets for those who wish. On the other side there is a refreshment bar. You can get whatever you like on the train. There's no problem to have your drinks or your ice cream on the train. This is okay, as long as we have the garbage in a plastic bag. This way we can throw out the plastic bag later on. We do appreciate this, keeping the train clean, ladies and gentlemen. We do thank you for this. Now, our stop here at the Hill 107 is for 20 minutes. I will give you time of arrival and time of departure as soon as we park our train in the parking lot. After this Hill 107, we're going to be on our way towards our second stop. That would be the Cretan Brewing Company, also known as Harma Beer. We're going to have a beer tasting there. Okay, I'll give you more details on that later on. Again, they do have proper toilets there at the Cretan Brewing Company, the second stop. The third and final stop, this will be at Teres Village. At Teres Village, they have 3 different coffee shops to choose from. So you're welcome to choose any coffee shop you wish to sit down to have your refreshments, your ice cream, your sandwich. There's also cold fresh salad there if you wish, ladies and gentlemen. It's we order the fresh salad immediately as soon as we get there to Teres Village. This way they will be able to prepare it for you, and then this way you have time to eat it also. And that would be at the end of the tour at the Teres Village stop. Again, more details on that later on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as we're going to be moving along on our tour, we are going to be making photo stops, and for the photo stops, stay on the train. We're just there for a few seconds or so to photograph, and then we're going to continue on our way. And I also will continue to give you more info as we're rolling along on our tour. Thank you.
We walked all this way from where I started filming. This is where we walked.
the Second World War battle by the British and the Allies. Also, the Germans used this airfield. This is besides the Germans having their paratroopers falling down from the skies, and we're going to get a clear view of the airfield coming up shortly to the right. Okay, to the right side we have a view of this airfield. Today this airfield is used as a helicopter landing for the military base that we're going to be viewing coming up shortly. You will see the tall European maple trees and the small church, St. Panurios, just there on the right. Again to the right side, a beautiful valley here. In the far distance is Vukoyes village. Okay, now on the left we have the limestone rock. Just look at the left and up. You will see small holes in the side of the mountain, and in the wintertime we do have plenty of rain. The rain will create these holes, and then now the birds are using these holes as nesting spots. Sometimes we see small sparrows. They fly in and out of their nesting spots. So look to the left and up. On the left and up you will see this limestone rock, which has plenty of different kinds of small holes in the side. And then they clean and cold press the olives here. This is where they make their extra virgin olive oil. We do have separate factories that will accept only organic olives, and they will produce only organic olive oil. Okay, we're going to cross over this bridge coming up. Under the bridge is the river Tavronitis, so you will see this to the right and below. There's hardly any water in the river today. This is because it's dry season beginning, and in the winter we do have plenty of water in the river Tavronitis. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're slowly going to be entering this small village, Limni, just now. Population here is approximately at 60 people or so. Alright, now as we enter the village, Limni, we're going to see tall, old olive trees on both sides of the train. Underneath the old olive trees, we have nets that we use during the harvest season so we can gather the olives, okay? Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, shortly coming up we're going to be viewing more orange groves in the valley to the right side, and some of the orange groves here that you see are navel oranges. We do have many varieties of oranges here on Crete. We have Valencia orange and navel orange, which are very popular. We do harvest oranges at different seasons of the year. There's also grapefruit trees and lemon trees, and we do also have mandarin trees, which we harvest again at different seasons of the year. The navel orange groves that you see that are on the right side in the valley, coming up slowly. There's another navel orange grove here on the right side coming up in the valley. The navel oranges, they come to ripe at Christmas time, so at Christmas time the farmers are harvesting and then packaging the oranges and then sending them out to the market. Now what we're doing is we're covering up the pile of wood with leaves and then dirt, and then we set fire to the wood in the center. Close to 50% of the wood will become wood charcoal. This is a good percentage. It's the heat from the fire that will turn the wood into charcoal. The heat does the job for us. And this, they have been doing it for many hundreds of years here on Crete, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, have a look on the left side, on the cliff side, to the left, between the trees. You will see the church, St. Sunday. It's on the cliff side. It's difficult to see this church because the trees have grown so much and they're covering the view towards that. We still use Okay guys, as we're heading along just now at this point, I want to talk about the water that we have here in the Chania region area. All this water that we have in the Chania region area comes from the beautiful White Mountains. What happens is in the wintertime there's plenty of snow on the White Mountains. When the snow melts in the spring, all this water goes in the underground natural reservoirs. From the underground natural reservoirs, we can then pump the water and filter the water to the different fields. And then this way the farmers can water the trees and their irrigation crops, different crops during the hot, dry summer season. Each farmer has their own water meters. They know exactly how much water they're using, and then they get charged for the water that they use. And now, the water that goes to the different homes and the different hotels, this is a filtered water. It's also treated, and we do have a very high quality drinking water here on Crete. We have been awarded many different global awards for the water that we have here on Crete Island. Just there to the left is the backyard for this Cretan Brewing Company. Also coming up slowly, we have more prickly pear cactus on both sides of the train that you can view. First to the left and then to the right. Okay guys, and now coming up shortly, we're going to be viewing tall cypress trees on both sides of the train. This is on the left and up, and also to the right and up, alright? We will see this as we move along. We have this wonderful aroma of the cypress trees, especially during the hot, dry summer season.
outside is not very, very clear, isn't it?
Okay guys, have your cameras ready. There is a photo stop coming up. Just now we're at approximately 160 meters above sea level, approximately. To the right side in the valley, there's plenty of olive trees that you can take a look at. Also here we have some orange groves and vineyards in the distance. Raki. It's actually a Turkish word which means ouzo in the Turkish language. But here in Greece, the original name is Tsikolia.